My bad, y'all. I had to step away for a second so we can have a little bit of music. Hey, y'all. Okay, shout out to the UK. I love that. Let me just try to get music for us real fast. Hey, Richard. Hello. I love that you're a member of the channel. I was going to do a members only live yesterday, like I told my members, but y'all, I'm so tired. I'm still trying to catch up from moving, and I'm just like really trying to get right. It's like one of those things where I don't know if it's God telling me to rest, or is it the enemy trying to like make me overly tired so I don't do what I'm supposed to do, like put these messages out and things like that. So I've been struggling with that just a little bit because I've been very tired. But I feel like I'm starting to get my energy back. Uh-oh, let me not play that ad. I'm slowly starting to get my energy back, but I've been so tired, like so tired. Like the last video I posted, I was extremely tired when I posted it. I didn't even want to do it, but I had to. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else is feeling like that, but my suggestion and my advice for anyone who's feeling like mentally drained or just really tired, just try to find your balance as much as you can with getting rest, but also, make sure you're doing the things that you are required of you, or your obligations. Because especially as an adult, you're going to get tired in life, but at the same time, you still have obligations, you still have things that you need to do. So just try to find balance as much as you can, which is what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'm playing 432 hertz, which is good for a DNA repair, by the way. Hey Coco, hope you're doing good. I miss y'all. $777. Oh yeah, that was yesterday. You should still kind of feel the energy from that. And last night, I don't know if the moon is still in Pisces. Let me see. Okay, the moon is still in Pisces right now. And Pisces is a water sign. So we're having it was 777 yesterday. If you're confused what that means, if you add up the numbers in 2023, they equal to 7. But it was 777 yesterday, basically, which I actually saw 777 yesterday on a truck, which was so weird because of the conversation I was having. And the moon is in Pisces, Pisces being a water sign, that would be a great time to work with water. So we talk about how you can speak to your water, because water can be changed. So you can speak to your water, you can say positive affirmations to your water, and you can drink it. This would be a good time to do that, because Pisces is a water sign, the moon is in Pisces, and then we have the 777. And Pisces is also that sign we talk about being like a dreamer, definitely a master manifester, things of that nature. So if I were you, it wouldn't hurt if you want to use water right now. You can speak to your water, but you can say things that are like the delusional Pisces, right? Or the dreamy Pisces. So you can say something to your water like, everything is always working out for me. Maybe that's not true, but you're supposed to feel like that, right? And you can say that to your water and drink it. Everything is always working out for me. I always get everything that I want. And you don't have to use water. I was just saying water because the moon was in Pisces. So you don't have to use water. You can literally just write down these affirmations, or you can talk to God, however you want to do it. But say those delusional affirmations like, everything is always working out, I always get everything I want. I'm extremely blessed, I'm extremely lucky, things like that. And yes, Richard, definitely stay hydrated, drink tons of water. You can take a bath and submerge yourself in water, things like that. To the people who are skeptical, just try it. There's no harm that's going to come to you. There's no harm that'll come to you for saying things to your water, you know? Nothing bad will happen. It's not voodoo, babe. It's not things like witchcraft. I personally do not mess with things like that. I just think it's fun, and I know that it works. And I always tell you guys, the magic is your belief system. So the belief that you put in something is the magic. That's what makes it work. That is magic. You are a magical being. You are a creator, and you can speak life into water, into plants, into nature, into yourself. That is possible. And if you believe in that and you trust in it and you have faith and you do it, it will work. There's nothing I have not asked God for. There's nothing that I have not wanted out of my life that I did not get with my belief system and with me performing some sort of action. So just keep that in mind. Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering why I'm so exhausted. Coco, why don't you, are you on a new YouTube channel? Why don't, it doesn't have your mod thing on there anymore? I was wondering why I'm so exhausted. Yeah, I've been tired, for real. Pisces are weird. They're not weird. I'm pouring my glass right now. Can you give us some positive affirmations? Oh, I hope I gave you some good ones. But if you need some more, I can say some more. I'm drinking a lot of water. Write a positive word on a label and put it on the water bottle and put it in the fridge till chilled and drink. That's a good one too. Speaking life positively into everything. Yes. Hey, the artist. It's all vibrations. We are made of water after all. So look at it like you're putting self-love into yourself. Exactly. Exactly. I love affirmations, and I think it's fun. I just think it's fun because I like to challenge myself sometimes, and I like to see how long it'll take me to manifest something. And any of you guys have the capability of becoming a master manifester. Like, you really do. Like, all you got to do is have that belief system. And it takes practice. It takes time. I think it took me like, I mean, some of us manifest faster than others. Some of you have different type of gifts, right? But I think it took me like a full year before I truly mastered it. And with that, you have to master your emotions. You have to master just your thoughts. You have to be able to control your thoughts as much as you can. There's a lot that goes into it, but the number one thing I always tell people is you have to feel it. You have to know it. You have to trick your brain almost. That's how I got out of my situation that I was in where I was struggling financially. I just use this and I use this. That's it. And this. I use my brain and my heart and my mouth, and I spoke things out because what else was I supposed to do? It didn't do me any good, you know, just allowing myself to just be down and be depressed and just feel so just life sucks. Like, it's no good having that type of mindset. As much as you want to feel like that to make yourself feel better and throw your pity party, go ahead, throw your little pity party, go ahead. But after that, get back right, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Hey to all the members. I love seeing all the members in here. But it's not going to help you being down like that. That's why, like I said, Pisces are known for being delusional. But if you can tap into that delusional energy in the best way possible, that carefree, that free spirit, that just, oh my gosh, everything is always working out for me. I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky. I always get everything I want. If you say that and you feel that, that is exactly what you're going to attract into your life, no matter what your circumstances are. And if you're someone who's into crystals, get you some jade. Jade is good for luck. I'm so lucky. Like, I'm so lucky. Every time I step outside my house, something lucky happens to me. Those are some affirmations you can say. And I said that and I meant that when I said that. Always. I'm so lucky. Been doing it ever since, along with visualization, which is also great for Pisces energy, and 3 affirmations and manifestations. It's been powerful. Spiritual activation for sure. I love that for you. I have a Pisces friend who refers to himself as a pansexual, meaning that he does not recognize gender. Or he does. Just say that you're no frequency. There are people who like people for who they are. They don't care about what their gender is. But you can't take that away from him. He doesn't want to be referred to as bisexual. You can't take that from him. I think that's kind of different. Challenging myself through experiments on myself. Yes. I love doing that. I'm like a scientist almost. You know, like Sid the Science Kid. I love to experiment. I love to I just like science. Thank you, God first. Hi, I'm lost. No one to turn to since lockdown. 4 of my family passed away. I'm sorry. I'm alone. No one to turn to. Please, anything you can suggest. This is going to be hard to even grasp, but I'm going to tell you this because I have heard from so many spiritual teachers, and as hard as this may be to grasp, and this is next level. This is not something that everybody can just do. I have not lost a lot of people in my life personally, so I'm not the best when it comes to advice on death because I haven't lost a lot of people. But what I have been able to do over the years is master the art of detachment. As painful as it is, and I cannot share your pain with you on losing 4 family members, like that's a lot. I think what a lot of spiritual teachers and people who have mastered this art of detachment have understood is that death is just a transition phase. So you're not really losing anyone, even though they're physically not here anymore. You didn't really lose them because your soul family, or the people who are in your family or in your bloodline, you will forever be connected with them in the spirit. Like you are always have a spiritual connection to family members that pass on, and although it may hurt and you may feel alone, you're never really alone. And you have to detach from that in your own way after you go through the grieving process and just understand, although those people transitioned, they were never yours to begin with, if that makes sense. And that's kind of how a lot of people, especially people who are godly people, kind of deal with death. It's just a transition. They just transition on to the next being. And they may be around you and you may not know. And I don't mean like a ghost. I mean, if you're somebody who believes in like reincarnation, like they could come back as a flower, they can come back as an owl. Like there's a TikToker who posted this owl, and if you know, owls are nocturnal animals. They only come out at night. This huge beautiful owl had came to visit her grandma after her grandma's husband, which is her granddad, passed away. And he would come, and this owl would come and sit with her for hours. Like I'm talking about in the daylight. He would come at the same time every morning and be with her for like 10, however long the sun is up, until he had to go feed himself and go catch some prey. He was there for her like 5-6 hours, and he would talk to her and be like, who, and they would look at him and like, man, he kind of has granddad's eyes. And it's beautiful, and I believe in things like that. But don't feel alone. Like get to a point where you love yourself so much that you love your own energy and you feel safe. Like if you kind of feel lonely, and it's normal to feel like that, and you do deserve connections, but if you are feeling like that right now, there might be a reason why God is isolating you, because he may be trying to get your attention. I don't know if you believe in God, but if you do, God could be trying to get your attention. He may be isolating you for this season for a purpose. Most of us in the chat have went through our season of being isolated, and there was plenty of times where we were confused, we didn't understand. Some of us may have even been like, God, I'm done with you. But at the end of the day, you're not going to understand why you were in that space until you're out of it. But yeah, I hope that made sense and that was helpful in some type of way. And if anybody else has any worries for that person, especially if you're someone who has dealt with loss of family, because I'm not somebody who's really dealt with that too much in my life, honestly. One day I blindfolded myself to see if I could walk to the store. It took half an hour, but I did it. It normally takes 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. I would never be able to do that. Hey, Kyra. Yeah, y'all hit the like button for me. Hey, Lacey. Lacey, tell me why I had a dream about you last night. I had a dream about me being on live, and I don't know if this was you, but I think I went on my Facebook page. I don't know if you dyed your hair, but in the dream your hair was brunette. And I was talking to you on live, and we were just talking, but it was you, and your hair was brunette. So I don't know if your hair is brunette right now. Let me know. But I just had a dream about you last night. The soul has no gender. It's unconditional love. Yes, ma'am. Stay ready to keep from getting ready. Stay prayed up. They're still here. Shout out to the ancestors. Amen. Exactly. Belong to the Lord. Favorite spiritual teachers to watch? I really like Sadhguru, and I like him because he's very advanced, and he taught me a lot about the art of detachment, and he also taught me, like, he helped me during my celibacy journey a lot. That he's probably my favorite. He actually was doing a class in Atlanta, I think last month, and I couldn't go because it was like crazy expensive. But he'd probably be my favorite right now. I like listening to the elders. Today's my birthday, 60 years old today. Happy birthday, Rebecca. Y'all say happy birthday to Rebecca. Congratulations on being 60 years old. That's amazing. Oh, you did dye your hair dark? That's crazy. Like, I literally had that dream about you last night. How is your hair in a bun staying up like that? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if gravity take over and it fall out because I didn't have a bobby pin, so I just wrapped it up real quick. So I don't know, but it's up there. Hi from Portugal. Shout out to Portugal. This might sound strange, but you posted a picture of you as a child, and I sensed that I met you at that moment in time. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. Souls recognize souls, even if it doesn't make sense. Hey, Kathy. So I told you guys like I don't know, a couple days ago that I was going to spell Sadhguru. I'm in classroom, so here I am. Sadhguru, I think it's spelled SAHD and GARU, I think. Let me see. I can just look it up. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's SADHGURU. That's how you spell Sadhguru. SADHGURU. You can find him on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Coco. That's how you spell it. What was I finna say? But yeah, so I told you guys that if you have a business and you wanted to send me anything to the address that's in my description, I was gonna showcase your business items on live. I've already gotten people that sent me stuff, but I wanted to ask y'all, would you rather me just every time I get something or get some things to go ahead and do it on live, or would you rather me do it at the end of the month and do a live where I show everybody stuff at one time? Y'all let me know. I'm not a too big fan of Sadhguru, to be honest. I get weird vibes from him. It seems like he never gives direct answers to questions. um I think he just doesn't match your teaching needs. I feel like maybe you just need somebody who's more direct, and I feel like some people are able to hear him and kind of read between the lines of what he's saying. I get what he says for the most part. I just think he has his own way of teaching because he's old. He's an old man, so he has his own way of doing things, and he is like he's very wise, so he probably thinks a lot of people's questions are kind of silly, and he just answers it in his own little way. Please, that's why I'm with you. You're guiding me to my higher self. I hope so. Hey, Organic Slay. Blessings, light, positivity, and love to you and all yours. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I do believe in Kundalini. I've experienced it in real life. Show as you go items. Okay, I'll do that. Because I know the people who already sent me something like a couple of days ago are going to be waiting a long time. And I don't want people to wait too long. So I'll probably, well, I can't go pick it up today or tomorrow, but I can go pick it up on Monday. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about on my next live. I'm actually ready to teach a couple classes, but I want to do it a certain way. Y'all just let me know what y'all want to talk about. Is there any specific topics? Or even today, because I have like 15 minutes. Maybe I can do 30 before I have to get off. Had a Kundalini after meeting my twin flame. I do need to log into this, but it's gonna make me exit the live. What was my Kundalini experience like? Mine was more so, it was kind of like an information activation, if that makes sense. Like, it was things that were, it was like activating knowledge for me. Like, it was like things I didn't know how I knew, I just started to know. But it was also kind of like me stepping into my purpose at the same time. But I feel like I've experienced it more than once. Like, I don't think it's something you experience once in your life. I've experienced it more than once. But for me personally, it was like, it wasn't a twin flame thing. It was just knowledge, information, which is crazy. Thank you for wanting to show our businesses. I would love to show y'all's businesses. And I want y'all to grow with your business too. Like, if I can help people for free, I'm definitely going to do that forever. And I know how it feels to like have a small business and you just need like that extra support. I know how that feels. I've been dealing with that since I was like 16. How to find your soul's purpose. I mean, everyone has different answers. Like, I've heard people say they did shrooms and they found out their purpose. Me personally, I've never done shrooms. For me, it was a lot of trial and error. Like, my story is kind of different. I went through a lot. I just experienced a lot, and it was trial and error. Like, one day it just clicked for me because nothing else would. And when nothing else worked, and I finally realized, okay, well, maybe I need to be doing this, and it worked, and it just made perfect sense why it worked. That's kind of how I found my purpose. But you can also, if you are into astrology, you can also read your birth chart and it'll tell you what you're supposed to be doing in this life. 100%. So if anyone wants to, I don't want to have an astrology argument today, but for the people who are the non-believers in it, we all know, because I've said this before, part of my soul's purpose is using my voice on a broad scale. That's exactly what I'm doing, and it literally says that in my birth chart. So you don't gotta believe it, but I'm living, breathing proof of it at the end of the day. Being in a city, urban, how do you manifest and connect with nature, meditate and connect with what we're supposed to have legit access to if it's loud in the city? I mean, I feel like you should just, if you have access to a vehicle, go for a hike. Like, I don't know exactly where you live, but there's plenty of places in anywhere you live where you may have to travel some distance, but you can go for a hike. You can go, they have like lakes and rivers and streams and like waterfalls, all types of stuff. So I would just look for places in your city, like type in hiking trails and see how far a hiking trail is for you. Like hiking is so like fun, it's therapeutic, and you get great exercise. So you get like so much in one. Thank you, Gabriel. Please talk about how to bring more abundance, joy into our life and how to find and know our true purpose. Don't Purpose is important, but I kind of feel like some people will drive themselves crazy trying to find their purpose. Like, I feel like it's one of those things you're going to stumble upon. Like, I stumbled upon this. Like, all of this was by accident. I never thought it would go this far. I didn't even read my birth chart before I did this. Like, I read my birth chart after I did this, which just confirmed it to me. But don't stress too much about it. Like, I feel like a purpose as a human being is simply just to love yourself. If you go on a self-love journey, I feel like you will stumble upon your purpose. That is exactly what happened to me personally. I went on a self-love journey, I went on my celibacy journey, and I stumbled upon my purpose because, for one, I removed all distractions. I removed people from my life who were not serving me. I was willing to go through that isolation period. Like, I took the fool's journey. And I feel like the fool's journey is just the journey to yourself, but it starts with love. So bringing more abundance into your life, definitely you need love. Like, the only way, because we talk about, I know some people don't believe in this, but I do personally. Whether you believe it or not, you got to make it apply to your life in some type of way where it makes sense, because at the end of the day, it's the truth. Your heart chakra, that green chakra, is the chakra where you manifest from. If you want to attract if you want to attract abundance and love, or whatever it is you want to attract in your life, it's going to come from here, because your heart is where you feel, right? That's where you feel things, all that ushy gushy stuff. That's where you feel stuff. So I talk about thoughts are electric, feelings are magnetic. That's what my spiritual teacher taught me. Feelings are magnetic. So if your feelings are magnetic, what you feel, you will literally pull to you. So what you feel in your heart, that's what you're going to pull to you. So how I was able to attract abundance and joy into my life, I kept my heart chakra open. Now, growing up, I was not somebody who was a happy person. Like, as a child, I was not a happy person. I was severely depressed, very anxious. I went through a lot. You already know my story. In order for me to unlock my heart chakra, I had to allow myself to feel. I was raised by someone who was very emotionally unavailable, and her heart chakra was very blocked off, which caused me to be the same thing. I didn't want to have emotions. I never cried about anything. I was a very cold hearted individual. God broke me open and was like, you're going to feel something. You're going to feel, you're going to have emotions, especially as a woman, a feminine energy. You need to be feeling and having emotions anyway. But I wasn't like that. So, how I was able to be broken open, first of all, God did it for me. He started it because I was refusing. And then after that, I just did my shadow work. So doing shadow work is more so just digging into those deep parts of yourself and removing them and healing from them, so you can be open and receptive to abundance. A lot of you, your heart chakras are blocked and you're not open and receptive to anything because you don't think you deserve it. Um, you're still holding on to pain from the past. There's people you have not forgiven. There's a number of things that may be causing a heart chakra blockage, but I guarantee you, if you do shadow work, especially for those of you who have experienced a lot of trauma, you will open that heart chakra up, baby. And your self-love journey is not easy, but it'll be worth it. You'll go through that process and you'll start being happier most of the time. You'll start feeling more at joy. You'll be more healed. So, like I said, If you want to attract anything into your life, I don't care if it's a new car, a new house, you have to feel it. You got to feel what it would feel like to have it, and you have to feel like you deserve it, and that comes from your heart. Everything comes from here first. That's your heart chakra is the most important chakra that you have. Even if you don't believe in chakras, it doesn't matter. There's people who die from broken hearts. You can damage your heart through stress. So we know that. So on a practical level, don't live your life in stress. Remove the stress. Do yoga, do meditation, do exercise, spend time in nature, drink your water, heal, write, sing, cry, scream, whatever you got to do. Just don't bottle it up, because that is blocking your heart chakra off and blocking your abundance. Alana, how to start a Kundalini experience. It'll happen on its own. Don't force it. Some people do, and it's not good. And some people do, and it is good, but don't force it. I wouldn't recommend it. I just started shrooms and it feels the same. High off life. It kept my third eye wide open, even though I'm tired physically. I don't know. If I do it, I'll report back to y'all, but I haven't convinced myself to do it yet. Facts, I believe you at this point is showing up in my life. I love that. I had a Kundalini awakening. It was crazy. It is crazy. And most of us aren't forcing it. It just happens. And you just realize later that's what it was. Thank you so much, girl. You're the absolute best. I've started over 8 businesses, but they were never successful because I could never get a handle on advertising my merchandise. Thank you so much. I completely understand. Say less, they're trying to reach me. I see it and I feel since isolation. Purpose finds you. I believe in that. Next chat, let's talk about clarity of the knowledge that we used to have, but was taken when we came here. That's very interesting. Self-love is key. Yes, it is. Past life regression. I'm so I would love to probably bring somebody on and talk to y'all about past life, because I personally have a lot of questions about that. Thank you, Lamar. The book Council of the Seven Light has good spiritual physics. Oh, okay. Definitely need to look into that. Let's see. In the Bible, the heart is foreshadowed as the mind. What you're saying about manifestation, I definitely agree. I promise you, and I really love when I make messages, even though I'm not religious, I love when I make messages and y'all who are very religious or even just know more about the Bible than I do, y'all can relate that to the Bible. Because at the end of the day, all of this stuff is connected. I can tell you from a religious level, I can tell you from a spiritual level, I can tell you from a physical level about the heart chakra, about it, how it's represented in the Bible, how it's represented as far as spirituality and just chakras and energy, but also how in real life, what you hold on to will stress you to the point of depression or even death. So all of that stuff is connected regardless. Thank you so much for sharing your story and self-love journey. All the healing starts with childhood. You're immensely helpful. I'm glad I've been helping. It definitely starts with childhood. It definitely does. And I'm definitely not done with my inner child healing, but I've done a lot of work and I'm happy for what I did do, because Jesus. You can also look up the IKIGAI concept for a way to find your purpose. Like she said, everyone has a different way, but you should definitely give it a try. Yeah, and honestly, everyone stumbles across their purpose completely different. Some of you are going to stumble across it in your worst moments, which I feel like a lot of people. Oh, I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you for sharing that, Dawn. And some people stumble across it when they're at the prime of their life and they feel like, oh, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And then life is like, you thought. You're actually supposed to be doing this. Dang, that was loaded with so many incredible messages. Thank you. You're so right about stepping into love and forgiveness more. Thank you. Talking to you is a blessing. Oh, thank you. I don't believe in past lives, but God said He has us in His heart and He had thought of us before the foundations of the world. So any past life could be linked to that. True? How salt baths help cleanse our aura and negative energy. That's one of those things to me where it's also about your belief. Like, you just have to set your intentions before you take your bath that I want to cleanse my aura and negative energy. Take your bath. You can literally sit there and you can visualize all your negative energy just cleansing and just removing itself and going to the water. And then when you get out the water and you unplug the drain, that's all of your negative energy going down the drain. So that's one of those, your belief system is what makes that work. Not saying it doesn't have any physical benefits, but on a spiritual level, you still want to think of it spiritually and not just physically. I know I've had a lot of grudges with my mother. She was just like what you were saying, emotionally cut off. And I always felt like she never loved me, but you're right. I need to forgive her and others. Yeah, and it's definitely a tough process, not easy, but it is worth it. And I personally haven't had a conversation. Y'all know I'm very open with y'all. So I personally have not had a conversation with my mother yet because I'm not ready to. That doesn't mean I don't love her. That doesn't mean I haven't forgiven her. I'm just not ready to have that conversation because maybe I'm wrong to say this. I kind of know how it's going to go. And I'm not ready for that. I've been at peace. I've been fine. I'm not looking for nothing to disrupt my peace right now. I think I'm gonna have that conversation when it's time to, and I'm not gonna force it. I do believe we are connected to our ancestors through the blood and generational blessings and curses. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And that's why, even though some people don't believe in their ancestors, I do, okay? And they do not play about me. And the reason that our ancestors don't play about us is because they have been waiting. Some of your ancestors have been waiting thousands of years for you personally, to come along and break these generational curses because they were not able to do it. They've been waiting for you. That's why they don't play about you, because they're not gonna let anything get in your way. They've been waiting all this time. They're not gonna let nothing or no one get in your way, not even you. Healing can forever. Healing can go forever, seriously. Everyone should take their time, but once you feeling right and stable and ready, just step into your power with love and move forward. I love that. How to build confidence. I want to talk about that on a live, Jessica, because I was thinking about talking about that on my next live anyway, or one of my next lives. So I'm going to save that for another live. But I will tell you this before we have that live on how to build confidence. I will tell you that for one, you got to stop caring. You got to stop caring. And that's tough for us empaths because we care and we feel everything. But if you want, you got to understand that you have to look at everything kind of from a higher perspective. That's kind of what helped build my confidence a lot, because I understood that everybody's perception and life and reality is completely different. How they see you, Jessica, does not mean anything. It only matters how you see you, which goes into self-love. So for one, you want to stop caring about other people's opinions because they literally don't have any effect on your life unless you let them. Try to see things from a higher perspective and look at people kind of like, well, you have not walked in my shoes. You have not lived the same path as me. So you're never going to understand me, and it's not your business to understand me. But also self-love. But I'm going to talk about more of that on my next live. Bye, Lacey. Have a good day at work, or good night. Karma is coming so fast the last few days. It's scary. I'm scared. Don't be scared. That's what y'all asked for. Don't be scared. Understandable. When I had mine, all hell broke loose, but now we're okay. Right. Girl, a whole spiritual butt woman. Our ancestors worked so hard for us to not waste our lives. Okay. Facts. Breaking my generational curse was not for the weak, but I love how it came out at the end. I know, like, man, I don't even want to get into it, but man, like, some of y'all have some really big generational curses to break, and it's so hard. But y'all got this. I promise you can do it. You're gonna do it anyway because you're the chosen one. But just know that it's your destiny to do it, so it's already done. Practice emotion control before you talk to your mama. So when she snap, which you know she will you will be able to gather it as a gift. Let it go for her. It's a gift to take from her, so she feels your love. Thank you for saying that. Because facts. There's big facts. Facts. No one could walk in your shoes. No, and that's why I don't care. Like, I don't care. You will never, no one will ever be you. No one will ever walk in your shoes. No one will ever understand what it's like to be you and live your path. That's why you can't live for other people. It doesn't, and you're human, so you may feel some type of way sometimes about the things people say, but at the end of the day, you should know, like, you should be secure in yourself. I'm not a robot. I have emotions. I have feelings. People say hurtful things to me all the time, but it doesn't, like, it's not going to change anything in my life. It's not going to pay my bills. It's not going to change anything that God has for me. It's literally just them projecting and trying to be relevant in a place where they are not. So you got to keep moving forward. You just got to know, like, at the end of the day, God has me in the palm of his hand. So anything that you say is not even worthy of God. So what makes you think is worthy of me? If you're going to be negative, if you're not going to be any type of have any type of positive impact in my life, like, you're not doing anything for me. You're not working as hard as I'm working. You're not living the life that I'm living. You have no idea the things that I have been through, and you would never be able to handle it. Because if you were physically, if someone was capable of handling the things that you have been through, they would have gone through it. They have not gone through what you went through because they wouldn't be able to handle it. Otherwise, God would have gave it to them, but he didn't. And I'm at a place in my life now, and I know it's so many of y'all who feel like this because y'all are a part of the collective. I spent a long time simmering myself down and not loving myself to make other people feel better. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not. So if you don't like it, don't watch. That's what I tell people. I'm literally in my, like, I healed my inner child, but now I'm in my teenage stage. A lot of you experience trauma, and they say that sometimes the trauma that you experience, it's like you're mentally stuck at that age that you experienced that trauma. And a lot of the trauma I experienced was when I was a teenager. So it kind of, as crazy as it sounds, it kind of feels like now I'm like starting from where I would have been if I would have been not, if I would have not gone through that trauma I experienced as a teen. So, and I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I'm in my teenage, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of how I feel. I'm just healing that teen part of me now that I've pretty much healed the inner child part of me. And she's very feisty. She don't take no mess. She's very, very confident, and she loves herself no matter what anybody says. And I can think of a time when I was a teen, and that's exactly who I was before I started experiencing trauma. So it's like God is kind of giving me like a redo almost, where he's allowing me to be that feisty teenage version of myself who is carefree and just lives in flow and just is attracting so much abundance, and there's nothing that's going wrong. Everything is just happening for a reason. I'm loving myself out loud. I'm dressing how I want to dress. I'm doing what I want to do. That's how I know I'm in my teenage energy, because I'm very much like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I don't really care within reason, because I'm still an adult. So yeah, if that makes sense. Hey Nick, what's going on? Keep going, y'all. Everybody on this live is a gift. That is very true, because God made you. Trust the process. Amen. I'm here to do something only I can do after feeling like an attempted poach of my life. Everybody loves the truth. Everybody loves the truth that helped them get along. It don't have to be true. Yeah, because when I say my age, I'd be surprised how much time passed. I know. Like, girl, I don't want to get into it. And I know a lot of us lost a chunk of our lives because of the pandemic. So it's a lot. That's what they say. You're only as old as you feel. I just want to say thank you for the inspiration. Between you and Ishmael, I finally got the courage to start making content. I love that for you. I'm taking baby steps, but I wouldn't have started without watching you. I love that. Post your content. How long did it take to heal the inner child? I feel like it was I was going through the process before I realized what I was doing. But I feel like a big chunk of it was done. Like, I don't know if it was my ancestors, like, okay, sis, we got to get this going because you got stuff to do. But I feel like a big chunk of it was like compressed together in like 8 months. But it's only going to take as long, it's going to take as long as much, how am I trying to say this? How much work you put in determines how long it's going to take, but also how much trauma you experience and how far you're willing to dig, because that, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but that's years and years and years of stuff. But there's no time frame on it. There's no time frame. There's no rush. I tried starting a YouTube channel to try to bring light, and so many people were being negative. I haven't posted a video on my channel in a few weeks because I've been second guessing it. A lot of post your stuff. One day I'm gonna literally, I'll probably do the video on my other channel. I'm going to post the comments that I get from people, and I'm gonna put a lot of people on blast. And I hope that motivates you to start your channel, because, girl, you know how many people attacked me when my channel started blowing up? I was getting nothing, but I still get attacked to this day. Like, I have people who comment on my channel, you're worthless, you're disgusting, you're a devil, you're a witch. Like, I get it all. That doesn't matter. That is just, to me, that's the enemy trying to move you away from doing something that could truly benefit you and truly change your life. Don't let the opinions of these irrelevant people, who may not even be real people, stop you from doing something that could change your life. Your channel could blow up and you could be an inspiration to so many people. You can inspire so many people. And that's what the enemy does. They're going to send people your way that's going to try to distract you and keep you from your purpose. So just do it. Do it scared. Do it even if they say negative things to you. Try to leave the comments on, because that, at the end of the day, your haters and your enemies, they work for you. When they say these negative comments to you, all they're doing is pushing you into the algorithm. All they're doing is pushing you in front of somebody's life that you could change with your story or with your content or whatever it is that you're posting. So do it anyway, girl. If I let these irrelevant haters and these people get to me, I would not be sitting here talking to you. Y'all say y'all appreciate my messages. I be having the odds stacked against me. So many, like, there's so many times where I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. But I do it because I know the purpose behind me doing it is to help a lot of people. And I love to help people, and I care about people. I'm not going to let these irrelevant people who are not doing anything but helping me pay my bills stop me from helping y'all. So you got to think with that process. They don't matter. They are not above God. And you're still going to get to where you want to go regardless. And understand this as well. That's what they say. Opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one. So you got to be okay with people disagreeing with you. Not everybody's going to agree with what you have to say. So that doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean they're wrong, or it doesn't mean you're right, or it means they're right. It just means this is your perception. This is how you feel. And if they don't like it, they can log off. That's what I be trying to tell people. If you don't like it, log off. That's all I can tell you. You can trace trauma back to its age by looking at behaviors that match up. For example, people who have tantrums tend to have trauma as a toddler. Girl, I need to say that to somebody. And by the way, y'all look up a mother of color on Instagram. She has a magazine, and I keep on forgetting to email you, but I need to set a reminder. I will email you, hopefully, like, by tomorrow. I'll send you something, because I've actually been taking pictures now. But y'all go follow her on Instagram. Yes, Alon, there's the nature of the best beast that is the internet. Exactly. They drag people on the internet all the time. Like, it's not for the weak. To have a platform and be like a public figure, or whatever it is you want to call yourself, that's not for the weak, because you are basically opening yourself up to a lot of different opinions. But the beauty of that is you are also opening yourself up to a lot of people who you may inspire, a lot of people you may meet, or whatever. So just do it anyway, please, okay? They're going to attack you. Like, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Exactly. Allow the enemy to work for you, okay? I promise you, every single person who thinks they're making me shake and crumble, like, that's nothing compared to the devils I have experienced in my life. There's nothing that has not been done to me. There's nothing that has not been said to me. No person, no irrelevant person on the internet hiding behind their screen is going to shake me up and disturb me in any type of way. If the devil himself cannot do it, what makes you think that you can do it? You can't. Only thing that's gonna happen is my ancestors is gonna clock your tea and put you right up out of here. So don't play with me, okay? Period. Yeah, the internet is full of critics. You gotta laugh at them, but you have to. Like, they be calling me demon and everything. And I'm like, bro, stop. Please stop. Bye, Richard. See you next time. Any advice for panic attacks? Sound bowl music for sure. But also, if you're having a, prior to you having a panic attack, look up on YouTube breath work exercises. Look that up and incorporate that into your routine daily, and that will really help you. Tell him you don't give a exactly, not one. Truth in your words. Don't let the masses quiet and block your throat chakra. Speak your truth and will. And I just don't care. Like, you know how many times I've watched like an old live of me and I was cringing because I was like, oh my God, this is really who I am. And in that moment, every time I'm like, yeah, this is really who I am. I love seeing this version of me at 24 years old. I love seeing that quirkiness or that feistiness, even if it seems awkward, even if I ramble or I stutter. I think it's cute because I really, really love myself. So it doesn't matter what I do, even if it makes me feel cringy that I'm on the internet, opening myself up to so many different people and opinions. I love the fact that I'm so confident enough to do it. And I'm also willing to love myself through it. Okay? So you just got to do that. Just be confident and love yourself through it. Love who you are right now. Because eventually you're not going to be this person. You're going to grow. You're going to change. You're going to evolve. And look back and be like, man, that's so funny. This is who I was at 24. That's so funny. That's what I thought I knew everything at 21 or 30 or whatever. It's so funny. And look at me now. Like, it's just about experiences. It's just about going through life. They're gonna cut my music off. Hold on, y'all. But it's just about, like, I just love myself through every stage, and I don't care about how anyone feels about that. Like, why would they even be concerned about me? Why are you so worried about who I used to be? Why are you so stuck on who I was 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I was a child. Like, half the people who speak negatively on you, especially if you're around my age, are speaking on a version of you that no longer exists and existed when you were a child or you were a very young adult. Like, I promise you, there's people who sit up and speak about who I used to be because they cannot get next to who I am today. They can't say nothing about who you are today. So only thing they have time to do is sit around in their little groups and discuss who you used to be, which is absolutely pathetic because not only are they wasting time, they're talking about a version of you that literally does not exist anymore. So it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. And I just don't care. Like, so, okay, I did that. So what? Look at what I'm doing now. I'm sorry. What's the problem? Like, why do you care so much? Let's talk about who you used to be 5 years ago. If you really want to get into it, let's talk about who you are now. You're the type of person who will sit around and speak on somebody who's not even thinking about you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So, and God is good all the time. Amen. So don't worry about that, Alana. What did Bernie Mac say in that movie? Be yourself. If they don't like you for being yourself, okay? Period. Thank you, girl. I'm going to post some more videos. You and your channel has been such an inspiration. People have said the same things. My mom said it and it was triggered, but you're right. It's already, yeah. And your family is going to be the main ones to trigger you. Okay, I got to leave soon. What is the throat chakra? I'm still trying to find the real me. One girl told you my throat chakra was glowing. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but your throat chakra is in your throat. It's this energetic point in your throat. And you'll know if your throat chakra is blocked if you are kind of like stuttering a little bit. You feel like you can't express yourself properly. If there's things you want to say, but you feel like you can't say it, that's kind of how you know you have an imbalance in your throat chakra. Or even sometimes getting sick. Especially if you're meant to use your voice. Oh yeah, the enemy is going to attack that a lot. Exactly. It's really pathetic, but these witches so far forth. No weapon forms against us shall prosper. Amen. Then they have to answer their karma. Pretty stupid if you ask me. I know. My ancestors are very sensitive about me, and I have seen it. And I would not say this if I have not seen things happen. They're very sensitive about me. They're very sensitive. They be caring about stuff I don't even care about. I be forgiving people and don't even care. They care. Okay, they care a lot. So, and there's no telling them to chill. They don't have chill anymore. I believe telling my story is more important than the criticism I'm going to receive. That right there, Alana, is a great affirmation to say to yourself often. I believe telling my story is more important than the criticism I'm going to receive. Amen, girl. Amen. I love that. I'm going to hold on to that. Be the best version of yourself. Exactly. But all right, y'all. I got to get off live. I have stuff I need to do and I'm already behind. Y'all, it's 222 as I'm ending the live. I love that. But I'll be back on. I think the next live I'll do is how to build confidence. I don't have any messages right now because I don't want to try to force any messages. Right now, I don't really have too much to say. But when I have one, I will post it. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for being on. If you missed the live, just go back and rewatch it. And just kind of take some of the gems I was giving y'all and apply it to your life as much as you can. Like, live and flow. Tap into that carefree, childlike energy right now. Like, I don't care what's going on. I know God got me, and I'm going to be happy even if they don't want me to be happy, okay? But I love y'all. Bye.